A warm welcome back to Jolgol News, your ultimate hub for everything Real Madrid. As the dust settles after Real Madrid's recent Club World Cup triumph, a new wave of off-pitch drama has taken center stage. While the transfer window is still wide open and the preseason is in full swing, there's plenty to discuss when it comes to Los Blancos, from contract sagas to transfer rumors and promising academy developments. Let's start with the Vinícius Jr. contract situation, easily the most talked about storyline in Madrid right now. While many expected the Brazilian to sign a contract extension weeks ago, there's still no official word from the club. That's because, according to insiders, negotiations have hit a bit of a standstill. Initial reports suggested that both sides were on the verge of an agreement, with key components like base salary and performance bonuses already ironed out. But at the 11th hour, Vinícius hit pause. What's holding things up now is a hefty renewal bonus that the winger is asking for, one that the club seems hesitant to meet. Real Madrid's current offer reportedly puts Vini's yearly wage at around €22 million, a massive figure by most standards, but still well below what Kylian Mbappé is making. And that comparison isn't lost on Vini. The young star is aiming for parity, hoping to push his earnings closer to the €30 million mark. However, this may not just be about money. Vinícius is clearly angling for superstar status, a deal that reflects not just his importance on the pitch, but also his global image. Even though he hasn't been in red-hot form lately, let's not forget his game-winning heroics over the past few seasons. He's earned his place in Europe's elite. Still, there's a fine line between self-worth and overplaying your hand. Real Madrid has dealt with similar standoffs in the past, most notably with club legends like Sergio Ramos and Cristiano Ronaldo. Those situations didn't always end well. The club won't be keen to repeat history. On the flip side, letting a player like Vinícius walk would be a disaster. But accommodating his demands could create ripple effects within the squad. If Vini secures a blockbuster deal, players like Jude Bellingham may soon follow suit, putting pressure on the club's carefully managed wage structure. The longer this impasse lasts, the more leverage Vinícius might gain, especially if he returns to form and becomes unplayable again. But there's also the risk of losing favor with fans, who may grow impatient with contract drama if it begins to overshadow performances on the pitch. As for those swirling rumors linking Vini to Saudi Arabian clubs, take them with a grain of salt. Despite the financial lure, it's hard to imagine the Brazilian leaving European football at this stage in his career. All signs still point to an eventual deal with Madrid. The timeline? Likely within the first few months of the new season. Meanwhile, Real Madrid has already made a decisive move with another key figure, goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois. In a rare break from club tradition, Madrid has extended Courtois' contract through 2027, even though the Belgian is already 33 years old. Historically, Florentino Perez avoids offering multi-year deals to players over 30. Icons like Luka Modric and Lucas Vázquez have typically received one-year rolling contracts. But Courtois is a different story, widely regarded as one of the best goalkeepers in the club's history. What's even more unusual is that this extension was done a year in advance. Courtois' previous deal ran until the summer of 2026, meaning the club has made a bold move by committing early and rewarding him with a pay increase starting immediately. If Courtois can stay fit and continue to perform at the highest level, he could soon become the most decorated goalkeeper in Real Madrid history. With 5 more titles, he'd surpass even the great Iker Casillas in terms of silverware. Over on the attacking side of things, Rodrygo is currently enjoying his summer break, but speculation about his future refuses to die down. The Brazilian forward is expected to return to training on August 4th, but there's growing chatter that he could be tempted by a new challenge elsewhere. While Rodrygo hasn't formally requested a transfer, Tottenham Hotspur has made an official approach to Real Madrid to begin talks. This move gives credence to the earlier rumors suggesting that conversations between the players' camp and Spurs were already underway. Tottenham might not be known for hoarding trophies, but they are in the Champions League next season and undergoing a massive rebuild. With new ownership and management at the helm, they're ready to invest, and Rodrygo could see this as a fresh opportunity to shine in a central role. There's also a subplot involving Liverpool. If they decide to sell Luis Diaz, Rodrygo could emerge as a top alternative. That said, current whispers suggest Alexander Isak might be Liverpool's preferred target to replace the Colombian attacker. As for reinforcements, Real Madrid is playing the waiting game when it comes to its defense. A new centre-back isn't out of the question, but unless either David Alaba or Antonio Rudiger leaves, the club is unlikely to make a move this summer. The plan is to rely on Eder Militaro's recovery, Jesus Vallejo's versatility, and youth backups like Marvel or Rafa Marin. The much-hyped Rodri to Real Madrid rumor has made its annual return, but don't hold your breath. The Manchester City midfielder is 29, coming off a serious injury, and has a well-documented history of criticizing Real Madrid. He even mocked Vinícius Jr in the past, which hasn't been forgotten. Factor in City's likely asking price, over €100 million, and Rodri's expected wage demands, and this deal feels more fantasy than reality. Real Madrid's board isn't keen on investing heavily in a player nearing 30, especially one who has never hidden his anti-Madrid sentiments. Let's pivot to some academy updates. Gonzalo García, a young striker who's been turning heads, is staying at the club for now. Despite rumours of a loan move, both Arbeloa and Xabi Alonso believe it's better to retain him for the upcoming season. If he signs a new contract, Gonzalo may even be promoted to the first-team squad. Lastly, Castilla's new era under Álvaro Arbeloa is off to a flying start. In his coaching debut, Castilla demolished Marbella 4-0, a commanding performance from start to finish. With such a promising generation of talent and solid leadership at the top, the future looks bright for Real Madrid, both on the field and beyond.